some pomegranate seeds or strawberries on the side or whatever looks pretty, people are more likely gonna turn their heads, do a double take, and want to indulge. That's what I have discovered. So that's a little tip if you have kids. Yeah, you can make cookies out of this too. You can actually do this with your frozen ice cream. All of that. We call it nice cream if it's vegan. Angie, I know you have a kid, so it comes in handy. It's cute. Amazing dairy grapes. Do you take sea moss? Yes, we actually talked about sea moss earlier. And I take 3 brands. There is one from Fruits and Roots that you actually have to make yourself because it comes in raw formats or raw state and consistency. You have to boil that one. Now, there are 2 other companies, Alkaline Gourmet. They serve their sea moss in powder form, which I like because I can take it on the road with me and don't have to refrigerate it. I just pop it in my smoothies and blend it, and I'm good to go. As far as gel pre-made, I use More Than One Way sea moss. That brand is great. They also serve capsules. How long have you been vegan? I have been vegan for 6 complete years, and I just started my 7th year on July 1st, which we call my vegan-versary. Sea moss capsules, not caps. Yeah. So some of you guys kind of joined after the fact, and I'm just going to show you what I made for family. And this was basically for the point of, obviously, Sunday I like to cook and serve my family and deliver it to a couple of folks that are transitioning. But this is what I consider to be transitional foods, because the raw diets, the alkaline diets, and the juicing that I did isn't really attractive or encouraging enough to many. And they're like, that's boring. I like my cheese. I need macaroni. I need my pancakes. I need my chicken wings or my meat or whatever. That is for that crowd that thinks that you don't eat anything but rabbit food. So here's a nice healthy dish that we're gonna start with. This is a Hawaiian mix. I'll describe it as we go. Onions, bell peppers, pineapple, more bell peppers, tomatoes. This is all baked. Portabella mushroom, and here is the purple sweet potato that I was talking about, that's yellow on the inside. These are really sweet. More peppers. My mom actually had a nice chunk out of this, so not everything is divinely placed. Here are the sweet potatoes that I made with a coconut sugar drizzle with earth balanced butter. It's a nice dessert, actually. Very much like sweet potato, but different. Super sweet though. Collard greens with some yellow bell peppers and onions. Super tasty. Red peppers too. You can put your Scotch bonnet pepper on this, if you like spice, or your hot sauce. Some of my family just loves corn and demanded it. I don't deal with it, but I made it and I added it. So this is zucchini. It's kind of like a dirty rice, but not. Okra, zucchini, onions, more bell peppers, mushroom, squash, and brown rice, onion, black-eyed peas. Amazing. Oh, so good. I put some pink Himalayan sea salt in here. and just a little salad. I made some dressing that I'm gonna put you guys on to. That's a little appetizer with some fresh apples, Honeycrisp apples, cherry tomatoes, red onion, cucumber, and that is romaine lettuce. This is the vegan mac and cheese. There are layers and layers of the vegan mac and cheese, and this is chickpea pasta, by the way. This is not wheat pasta. Chickpea, super soft, so when you bake it, it won't get too hard. Now we have these meatless meatballs drizzled in a cheese sauce, provolone cheese sauce, and these are super tender, but you know, you can bake them to your liking, however much you want. Added some olive oil, a little bit of water to keep them marinated, but that's really it. And there's fennel in here, and yeah, that's what's going on in my kitchen. So this is like a family feast. My grandmother has requested me to cook for her weekly, so I love when family is like, can I have some more of that? Can you cook for me? You know, and I'm sharing with a couple of my friends and my aunts, my mom, and my dad, you know. So it's amazing. That's just a little other side of veganism that I wanted to show you versus my challenges that are super clean, super boring looking. They might be colorful, but a lot of people are like, that's why I can't go vegan. Good question, Shantae. Do you take multivitamin tablets or vitamin D? I take vitamin D chewables and a B12 as well, which everyone should, especially during this time. If you're not getting outdoors enough, that's where you get your source of vitamin D, or you can consume fortified vitamin D foods in addition to fortified B12 foods. I have a list of those sources from foods to supplements in my starter guide, mayamaya.com/lifestyle. Whether you're vegan or not, you need to be taking those supplements. B12 is not made from animals, so you cannot get it eating animals, and you can't get it as a vegan unless you're not washing your fruits and vegetables, because B12 is produced in the soil. We once upon a time used to consume B12 naturally when we were just kind of picking our vegetables from the ground or the roots from the ground and consuming them raw without washing them off in nature, or picking a fruit that fell off the tree from the ground. I mean, we live in a different world and society now where we go to a grocery store and we don't pick our stuff anymore. So that's why it's really important to take a B12 substitute or supplement. What milk do you use? I like to make my own milk from fresh coconuts. I use the coconut jelly and the coconut water inside the coconut, and I put it in my NutriBullet, which is a super powerful device that makes your smoothies in like 15 to 30 seconds. And then it takes slightly longer, maybe 45 to a minute and a half if you're grinding up frozen things or more of the harder coconut meat. So it's still very quick of a process, and you don't have to do any straining. That's why I love coconut milk. For the other milks like cashew or almond or walnut or hemp seed milk, you often have to use a strainer, except for the hemp seeds. Sesame seeds, you can make a paste called tahini. But what I like to do is make my cheeses from cashews or walnuts, and that's also just soaking your nuts. Walnuts take a little longer than cashews. Put it in the NutriBullet cup, however much you want to make, fill it up, add water, not too much, and then you can drain out a little bit of water. The nuts actually soak up the water, and your nuts will be a little softer. And so when you're ready to blend it, you just turn the cap, twist it, and now you have a cream, or you have a thicker cheese consistency, which you can also turn into a salad dressing. I actually made some. I'm going to show you. This is my coconut cashew cheese. So you can do this with coconut, you can do this with cashew, you can do it with almonds. It's nice to go on top of salads, on top of seaweed snacks, rice, beans, peas, whatever really. And it's sweet, so you can flavor it to your liking. And it's just water. Some people add the nutritional yeast that's yellow to get a more cheese flavor out of it, but I just add pink Himalayan salt and I'm good to go. Yeah, so I love that. I love making my own cheese. I love making my own milk, and it tastes great. I add a little agave or date sugar to my coconut milk, and it's just super sweet that way. What else? Congratulations to all the participants. You are finished. Some of you guys started a couple days late, and that's fine. I'm still going to be in tune, but just make sure you tag me so I can see you, and then also post you in my stories for the July challenge. It's so inspiring to see that, and then maybe some of the things that you post can be inspiring to others. I'm so glad that we have Instagram story right now with the highlights, because I think when I first started these challenges, we didn't have that. And we also have Instagram Live. I think when I first started this challenge years ago, we only could post like 30 seconds on Instagram, maybe even 15 on the main page. So things have advanced now. Now we have Instagram TV, Instagram Live. Whew, the way things are advancing. Anyhow, do you have a garden? Great question. I don't have an actual full garden because we have a lot of wildlife here and we need to protect that either in a greenhouse or get the proper fencing to keep the deer out, the fox out, the groundhog, the raccoons, you name it, the rabbits and the squirrels. So what we do is grow the food on the terrace in their own personal pots. Yeah, we have basil, cherry tomatoes, zucchini, cucumbers, baby avocado, what else? Cilantro, a couple of herbs, and 3 different types of leafy greens. But that's it, all on the terrace, on the side, because there would be a lot of maintenance, but also a lot of critters out there, and I'm not about pesticide life, you know, so right now, until I get like a proper fence around the garden, I won't be gardening. I'm just growing things out of the pots right now. I actually am on TikTok, but I haven't even posted anything. I'm like, I've been so busy doing other things, like updating the starter guide and recording the audio book, plus recording and all that kind of stuff. I haven't posted anything on TikTok, but I do have an account. You know what I'm saying? It's summertime, so maybe I'll consider it. Yes. Anyhow, what are you gonna make with all your plants? I don't know. I love basil. I put and place basil on my salads or over some nice quinoa and wild rice. Other than that, you know, cilantro is great when you're making your maybe your capri salads along with basil, sweet basil, holy basil. Those are great herbs to use. What else? I really want some fruit trees, but on the East Coast we get 4 seasons and that wouldn't work out too well. And one thing that I'm gonna do, because now we have time, I'm actually gonna go fruit picking at some organic farms. I haven't done that since I was a little girl. You know, the pumpkin patches or cherry and strawberry picking. I want to go to a place like that, or even a vineyard if they're open right now. But I know that certain farms are allowing you to gather your food and pick it. And I thought that's something that I need in my life, reconnecting with the source. And I love going to the Caribbean for that reason, because you can just pick your fruit straight off the tree. Central America, I was picking rambutan straight off the tree, mangoes galore everywhere in Jamaica, and jackfruit and cacao pods just growing naturally in nature. So I miss that life. Like, that is ultimate wealth to me, to be able to walk outside and just pick your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. So anyhow, my live is going to cut off because we've been on for about an hour and my battery's low. Last question. Did you see all the planets lined up last night? I saw the full moon, and it was actually unlike any other moon I've seen on this property. Plus, yesterday it rained while it was sunny, and there was a lot of steam coming up from the ground. And so the moon had its own rays last night. It was so bright. I missed the actual eclipse, but I did see the planetary alignment in my night sky app. Once again, that's the night sky app. If you have a smartphone, you can download it. I go to that app all the time to see what's happening, and you can see all the constellations, even all the satellites. It's really interesting. You can see all of the planets or constellations that are under you based on where you are on Earth. Sometimes it's daytime when you hold the phone and aim it at your feet. The sun might be directly under you. It's so interesting because it's from the point of view of being stationary exactly where you are, coordinates and everything on Earth. And so you hold it and you can do a whole scan of the entire sky. Also, if Steph Ortiz is on here, thank you for this shirt. I think that you sent this to me. Thank you so much. But you guys can probably see the alignment of the planets tonight too, because it's July 4th through the 5th. Not so much the lunar eclipse, but the planet parade is still existent. All of the planets are basically aligned somewhat in a row on the opposite side of the sun, the same side of the sun all at once, including our planet Earth. And that won't happen for another, 129 years or something. But the last time it did occur was 37 years ago. So yeah, I really love astronomy. And I don't know if you've ever looked at my Instagram handle, Maya Planet 9. That's the name of my independent label. I do a lot of outer space study. By the way, anybody that's interested in going to outer space, Virgin Galactic for years now have been offering your down payments to place a reservation on their flight to outer space. It basically orbits the Earth. How many hours? I can't remember. But that's one of my ultimate dreams, to go to outer space